Hello, and thank you for being with me again. Having spoken recently about undertaking practices to deepen our spirituality, I would like to talk about two practices in particular this week. Both very simple things that we can do without those around us, even those quite close to us, necessarily being aware that we're involved in them. The first of these two I would call a practice of awareness. And this practice of awareness is something that can help tremendously with our growth. What it entails is, at the end of our day, even once you're in bed, if you like, you go over the day and pick out those moments that triggered you, those moments that stood out as being particular in your day. And then look at them objectively. Look at your part in them. Look at what triggered you. Look at what your part was in the event. And compare that to what your part should have been as a Christian, as a spiritual person. If you find that you think of something and you'd rather not think about it, some event, it's probably a good indication that that is something that you do need to look at. Sometimes we can look at things that happened and we can find that we did behave the way we should have, and we should be grateful for that. But as I say, if we truly work on an objective awareness of our part in events in our lives, it can be a huge source of growth for us, because it can help us to be more careful the next time, to recognize the signs that I'm being triggered, that I'm going to go off track, and so hopefully overcome eventually that trigger, that thing that happens in my life that causes me to go off track. The second practice that I would recommend, highly recommend, is gratefulness, gratitude. This entails, as we go through our day, thanking God for all the things that are around us. People sometimes think this is exaggerated, but what we need to remember is that in the world there are many people who don't enjoy the great things that we enjoy in our lives, both physically and materially around us. For example, there are a lot of people who are unable to walk. There are a lot of other people who are unable to talk, to hear, to see, to use their arms, people that are unable to think clearly, and so on. And so this practice would be, and it can grow as time goes, and again, it's a thing that you do interiorly, and people don't realize that you are doing it necessarily, but it's a source of growth to you. So when you wake up in the morning, to thank God for your night's sleep. Thank God for the bed that you had to sleep in. Thank God for the morning, especially a beautiful morning. Thank God for your capacity to get up and to do what you need to do during the day. On your way to work, to thank God for your means of transport. To thank God for your job. To thank God for the skill that He gives you to carry out your job. To thank God for the people you have around you, those who make your day, those who make your life better, those who offer you the chance to overcome your weaknesses by dealing with what you may see as difficulties in them. Thank God for the food that you eat. Thank God for the ability to breathe. Thank God for the beauty of nature around you, and so on. And so as you go through your day, to develop this habit of thanking God for all that you become aware of throughout your day. I say this brings great growth because it also changes our view of God. Many people who are not wanting to have anything to do with religion do so because they have this concept of this God who is angry, who leaves things there, and it's only when we step out of line that He pays attention and punishes us. And so this gratitude to Him, recognizing His hand in all the things. And as I say, the physical things too, there are so many things that even medical science cannot put straight in our lives. Thanking God for all of those things that He gives us as gifts. And this, as I say, will change our relationship with God, bring us more truly close to Him, and that will reflect out for those around you and help them in their growth too. And so, as I say, these are two very simple practices that you can use to help your growth without trying to preach to those around you, but rather working on you internally so that they can experience God's love for them through you. And may God bless you. Thank you.